let's get this meeting started. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, approval of the agenda for September
Thank you all for getting that set up. All right, hello everybody. My name is Ebony Siebert, S-E-V-E-R-T. On the phone with me, I have Allison Kramer. Allie, do you want to say hi?
Yeah, for the record, my name is Allison Kramer, A-L-I-S-O-N-C-R-E-M-E-R, and I work for Resource Concepts in Carson City.
Great. Thanks. So Allison's in Carson City. I'm based out of Pearl. Like I said, I am with BEC Environmental, and we are assisting RCI with some of the outreach with this program. Before I move on, I have a letter from the program coordinator, Ethan Mason, with NDP, that I would like to read to you. Ethan says, "Dear members of the Amargosa Valley Town Board, from 2010 through 2012, Nye County's public water systems and communities collaborated to develop the Community Source Water Protection Plan for public water systems in Nye County, which was endorsed by the Board of County Commissioners on November 20th, 2012, and endorsed by NDEP in 2013. Your 2012 plan serves as a great example for communities across the state of Nevada when it comes to drinking water protection. As the program coordinator for Nevada's non-regulatory Integrated Source Water Protection Plan, I am elated to provide you free technical assistance to update your plan. The ISWIP has contracted with Resource Concepts, Inc., or RCI, to coordinate a plan update in Nye County in coordination with BEC Environmental. We are eager to hear about your accomplishments, water system changes, and future goals for source water protection." Okay, next slide, please. So, it's a little zoomed in. I don't know if you can fix that.
Forward.
Great, thank you. Okay, so the ISWIP program is a voluntary, non-regulatory program to help communities implement a local plan to protect drinking water sources. This program is funded by NDEP and is at no cost to the communities of Nye County. Next, please. So let's talk about what this program cannot cover. The primary focus of this program is to develop or update a plan to protect drinking water. This program does not address water rights, pre-existing contamination. It doesn't address private wells. This is for public water systems only. However, Beck and RCI can leverage other programs that we are working with in Nye County to address some of these issues. Next, please. Okay, so this is in Nye County, our Community Source Water Protection Plan for Public Water Systems. This was drafted in 2012 by BEC. A lot's changed in 12 years, and it's time to engage in a plan update, which is what we're here to do. Next. So to kick off the plan update, the Nye County Water District sent a letter to the program coordinator, Ethan Mason, which is there on the left, basically requesting the funding for the plan update. In response, on the right, Ethan Mason sent out a letter a few weeks ago to stakeholders throughout the county, letting them know that the plan update is now in full swing. Next. Okay, so Amargosa Valley is a really beautiful place. I grew up in Pahrump, and I still live in Pahrump, so I've been here a few times. It's really beautiful out here. And you all pull from your basin 230, and I'm sure we can all agree that it's important that we protect your drinking water in that basin. Next, please. So since 2012, Amargosa has had some great accomplishments in source water protection. You all should be proud of what you've done here. First, we have on the right-hand side is your guys' water conservation plan, which is a really great plan to have developed. And additionally, you guys have the Nye County Public Works has implemented the used motor oil and prescription drug drop-off programs, which allow residents to drop off their used oil or prescription drugs here in the valley. which allows that to not go into your drinking water. Next, please. Great. So let's kind of get into how this plan is going to be updated. First, we do coordination with local communities, which is what we're doing here today. We've been to Beatty and we're going to Tonopah. We've been to Gabbs, Round Mountain, pretty much the whole circle through the county. That's the first step. And then we work with you to update your public water systems inventory. We've been working with Darren with the Nye County Public Works. We've been working with Leroy with utilities and just basically getting an updated inventory for your public water systems. The next thing that we do is we work with you to identify potential contaminant sources in the community. Once we do that, we'll establish source water protection areas around your public water systems, and then we implement your action plan. And we'll go into more details of all these in the next few slides. Next. So as I stated earlier, I am with Beck Environmental. Beck is helping RCI with some of the coordination with the local communities, but also leveraging involvement in other programs throughout the county where we can fill in the gaps with this program. RCI is helping with the drinking water inventory modeling, potential contaminant source modeling, and source water protection area modeling. Next. So this table on the left, it's a little cut off, but if you can see it, that is, as of 2012, that is the public water systems in Amargosa. So as I stated, we've been working with Nye County Public Works and utilities to make sure that this is updated. A lot's changed in 12 years, so I'm sure some of these are not completely up to date. Additionally, if you look towards the bottom, you'll notice that those are public water systems and Crystal. Since you guys and Crystal pull out of the same basin, in the plan it was consolidated, the two communities together. Next. Okay. So then the next step, after we get your public water system inventory updated, is we identify potential contaminant sources. And the potential contaminant sources, that's a photo of kind of the things that we would be looking at. Nitrates, underground storage tanks are just examples of things we'd be looking at. Next. Then once we identify your potential contaminant sources, we work with you to develop your source water protection areas. And source water protection areas are boundaries around a drinking source that may be vulnerable to contamination. These are non-regulatory areas that we develop with you. Next. Okay. So on the left there is a list of potential contaminant sources that were identified in the 2012 plan. And in the plan update, we'll be working with you all to update this list. Next, please. Great. So this is a screen capture of the source water protection areas that are in the 2012 plan. And then on the right side there, you can kind of see what public water systems those cover. Next, please. And then that one is at the junction. Next. And that's at Crystal, like I said, we consolidate because you guys pull out of the same basin. Okay, so once we do all of that, then it's the fun part. We develop an action plan. So the action plan is where we work with you to develop action items to make this plan a living document. The execution of these action plans, of the action items, is funded through NDEP and can be carried out at any time. So it can be 10 years down the line, and you can say, hey, we want this action item done, NDEP will fund it. These action plans are voluntary and non-regulatory. Next, please. And then these are some examples of how action plans have been carried out. So here you have the action item, which is to develop a GIS-based potential contaminant source inventory. And then that is a screenshot from the Mesquite website, the Lower Virgin Valley. And they have a really great web mapper on their website that has all of their potential contaminant sources, which is accessible to anyone who's on their site. And then some more examples on the left there. There is the ability to add signage and fencing around wells and storage tanks, especially if anything is vulnerable to vandalism. And then on the right-hand side there, that is a photo of the Nevada Rural Water Association, who did a presentation to the Mesquite schools and a demonstration about source water protection. So, our next steps are gaining support from the local communities to participate in the update process, and how that can look from you all is potentially appointing someone that can participate. So we're kind of looking at maybe 2 to 4 meetings with the team throughout the next couple months, and all it is your time. There's no money involved. It's completely funded through NDEP. Yeah. Any questions? Go ahead.
You say it doesn't cost anything, but when that system gets in, how much is that going to cost?
I'm sorry, what system?
Water system.
So it's not a water system, it's a plan, it's a document. So if we currently have a document, and the update for the document the technical assistance will be provided by RCI, and they are getting paid by NDEP. So it would be no cost to the community.
Or the homeowner.
Nope, not the homeowners, and if you are on a domestic well, this wouldn't apply to your domestic well because this is only for public water systems.
Could you define what public water system is?
I think you can define a public water system better than I can.
Oh, okay. Okay, what a public water system is for any facility that, say a business that has more than 21 employees, or a facility that is used by more than 21 people. So the, community center, the park, the school, Long Street, IMV La Hoste, the pot farm, any of those places are public water systems.
Right.
Because they have that number of people.
Yes.
So when they do, then it falls under that they have to get quarterly testing.
I believe so, quarterly, yeah.
Okay, so you see that on every one of our deals coming through. We're paying to get our water tested for the quality of what's in it and so forth. So they're not coming, they're not coming to your house. They're not putting meters on your private wells. This is for what's called a public water system.
Yes. Yep. Any other questions?
So they are looking for volunteers, somebody to be a part of this. I will send out an email from the town office the next day or so. And if you would like to participate, we'd sure like to have you represent the town and have some input into this program.
Yeah, and Mike, I was thinking you would be a great person to participate since we've been working with you.
I am way too involved in way too many things.
Okay.
Do you want it to be a board member or?
A board member, preferably. Yes.
Okay. Okay. Is there anybody else have any other questions? Okay, well then I'm going to move down the agenda to number 9 while you're standing there. Okay. For possible action, discussion, and deliberation to approve, amend, or deny ABTV to support the updated process of the 2012 Community Service Water Protection Plan for public water systems in Nye County. Can I get a motion?
I'll make a motion to support the plan as presented.
I'll second.
Okay. Is there any public comment? I'll open it up for public comment. Any further? Okay, closing public comment. I'm going to call for the vote.
Aye.
Aye. Aye. Okay, thank you.
Great, thank you so much.
We'll get back with you about who we're going to.
Of course. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm going to go back to general public comment because we have some visiting dignitaries. Up to 3-minute time limit per person. Action will not be taken on matters considered during this time period unless specifically included on an action item, on the agenda as an action item. Please state your name and spell your last name.
Hello, my name is Samantha Harris, Samantha Harris. I'm here today with Valley Electric. This is Amy Carlson. She's also with Valley Electric. Want to ask if I could have Dave Hall join us up here. And Dave, is there anyone else from the Amargosa Senior Center here? Can we have you all come up as well? So in the past, Valley Electric has paid for December bills for our senior centers. And we're here today because we are going to be bringing that back. So I wanted to thank all of you for your time, your dedication, your service, and your commitment to the seniors in this community. So we would like to hand over this check to pay for your December electric bill.
I'm the treasurer.
Thank you. So, something fun, this is your electric bill. And since you're all up here, we have one more thing we wanted to do. So this is really why we came here, that's just a bonus. Every year we partner with CoBank, who is one of our main bankers, and we nominate one of our local groups for a matching donation, and this year we nominated Amargosa Senior Center. So we're also giving you a check tonight for $5,000 to help with any expenses you need.
Oh, wow.
And then we have to do photo ops with everything, so.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it so much.
I'm going to go to reports. No, reports. All right, Rebecca Lucas, LUCAS. I'm the Deputy Town Clerk. So I have a few things to touch on when it comes to the vouchers this month. Our total is a little bit higher than usual, but we do have I think it's like 12 or 13 of our fire department volunteers are getting their run stipend pays this month, which total to roughly $2,000. And then also Penguin Management, which is their e-dispatch system. It's a one-time payment, comes out once a year. It's for $972, and then I believe when they also bought new tires for one of their fire trucks, which totaled out to be about $5,000, which is also just a one-time purchase. With all of those, it brings our grand total for everything to $21,515.59.
I'll make the motion that we pay the vouchers as presented for a total of $21,515.59.
I'll second.
I open it up for comment. Anybody, Mike, any comment?
No, there were a number of one-time charges that pushed that up there. It just goes to show what we're all going through at home. Cost of everything is up there. You know, we're dealing with old equipment. We've been going over the books. Our total cost of compensation for the town employees is about 30 to 35% of the gross revenue. Usually with municipalities and stuff, it runs 60, 70%. So we monitor everything. Keep
Okay, for possible action, discussion, and deliberation to approve, amend, or deny minutes from the ABTV meeting on October 30th, 2024. Oh. All right, I've turned the page. I know. Fire department report. I just wanted you to do up and down.
All right, Scott Harris, Harris, in relation. For the month of November, this report was written on the 14th, so since then we've had 12 more calls in the last 7 days, none of them at a decent hour. So we've had 15 total calls, 3 fire, 9 EMS, and 3 marked as other, which would be a call where we are going for a standby for another agency, and then we get stood down because the person didn't do what they thought they were going to do, stuff to that effect. Our brush 41 siren, as we were heading up to Beatty for agency assist for a brush fire, the siren quit working, so that truck has been red tagged because it's dangerous to run code without having a siren, so that's red tagged, and we're going to have Macintosh come out and fix that for us. Our Command 42 was out of service for approximately 48 hours, but it was fixed and is currently back in working condition. All of the vehicles and equipment are now in working order. This month we worked on water operations and incident command. We have a firefighter 1 class starting December 3rd. And so because of that, we have quite a few of our members taking the ICS courses, 100, 200, 600, and 800, which is incident command system. This is what we utilize on scenes to handle scenes, and they're also going to work on hazmat awareness for that. Also, we have a new tender that arrived on Wednesday. It's a 2,000-gallon tender. It's a beautiful truck. Got to drive around. It's very nice. That's it for the report. Any questions?
Thank you. A good report. Yeah, the tender, I was going to ask how that came out.
Came out great. Yeah.
Pictures?
Yeah. I got pictures.
All right. All right. Is there any comments on the board? No? Okay. All right. Thank you, Scott. Appreciate it. Oh, I'm sorry. Pat has one.
Yes, I had a discussion with Scott Lewis, who's the Vermont Fire Chief emergency person, and he wanted to let you know that Jack has been doing a terrific job, Jessica has been doing a terrific job, and he's had the best interaction with the Amargosa Fire Department in years.
Yeah, currently we're working very well with Front Valley Fire and with Chief Lewis. Yeah, things are good. We need people, so if anyone wants to join or anybody else who might have young people, we need some young people because, we're all old. We're getting tired. And again, if you have any emergency, don't do it at 2 in the morning. We've had 7 in the last 4 days, and nothing happens at a decent hour. So like midnight or 2 or 4. So that's fine. All right, thank you.
Thanks, Scott. Planning committee, do we have a meeting? No meeting. Okay, so I'm going to move on to the senior center. Did Dave take off with the money? Okay, all right. I know.
Dave Hall with the Senior Center. I just want to say we had a really great Thanksgiving dinner this evening. It was well attended and very well put on. Carolyn, you were there, and some of you in the audience. So we're going to plan on having a Christmas dinner on December 18th, and we're going to have a little Santa stealing present thing. So make sure you sign up for that. We'll take reservations again like we did this evening, so it all works out really well. We actually had a really good month again this year. During the year, so far we're serving about 100 more meals than we usually have in the past year. So we're right at about 480 meals served. 8 of those people are on home delivered meals, so we continue to serve those folks. A couple things coming down the road. Sherry and Judy have the Christmas thrift store thing pretty well wrapped up. It looks really great in there. So your Christmas items, if you presidents, you name it. We got a lot of codes too that, if anybody's chilly this time of year, go grab a coat out of there. They're really reasonably priced and they're all in really good condition. So let your neighbors, friends know. There's a lot of stuff over there, really good stuff, and it's available on Friday for sure, plus on Commodity Mondays. Speaking of commodities, we did do 100 families this month, and we kind of instituted a new way of signing up and going through the process, and it's working out really good. We're still trying to speed up the process a little bit by going with a computerized system, and hopefully by the first of next year we'll have cards for everybody that frequents there, and we'll be able to move people faster. Still getting a lot of good donations from the LDS Church and 3 Square, plus the coalition has been bringing fresh vegetables from Prompt, and they're coming early also. She's showing up about 7:30, 8 o'clock, so we actually moved the time up. I think Gene put it out there. We're going to start with 9:30, so we'll be starting at 9:30 now instead of 10, so everything will be moved up a little bit, especially now that we can move people through there faster, be a little bit more convenient for everybody. One thing Judy wanted me to mention, that we're going to have a Quilts of Valor on December 10th at the community center. There are 10 people who will receive quilts.
December 14th.
What is it?
December 14th.
Oh, 14th. Okay, sorry about that. 14th. Okay, and so put that on your calendar, and we'll make sure it's in the newsletter so everybody knows. And other than that, we're busy. We got a lot of stuff to do. We need all the volunteers we can get to help on different projects. Kim Jerry came over, and he took his tractor and knocked down all the tumbleweeds that got way out of control this summer. So any help you have some time, come by, give us a hand, get a hold of Monica or myself, and we can organize some stuff. Carolyn came over, and my wife went over the other day, and they knocked out a bunch of weeds, and the place looks pretty decent. So it's ongoing, it's all volunteer, and anybody's welcome to volunteer, so please stop by. Thank you.
Thank you, David. Thank you for all your hard work. Okay, we'll go back to number 10 again. For possible action, discussion and deliberation to approve, amend, or deny minutes from the AVTV meeting on October 30th, 2024. Make a motion to approve. Can I get a second?
I'll second.
I'm going to call for the vote.
Aye.
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 Thank you. Number 11, for possible action, discussion, and deliberation to approve, amend, or deny AVTV to establish a fee schedule for ads on the town marquee. Fee to be $1 per day. Ad to only encompass one screen. Anybody want to make a motion so we can discuss this? I want Becca to kind of make a motion to approve. Okay. Can I get a second?
I'll second.
Becca, do you want to explain? Thank you.
Rebecca Lucas, LUCAS Deputy Town Clerk. Are you wanting me to explain how the marquee works, or?
What's your
Well,
design?
yeah, I do all the fun graphic designs on the screen. I do those, but this was Pat Minshall's idea. She submitted it to the town office. I do think it's a good idea. Give businesses another way to promote to the town. But pretty much how it works is it's just one slide, and I can do pictures, videos, any wording they want within the size of the screen, and I do it through the system on the computer in the office, and all they pretty much have to do is list, if they have a certain picture they want to use, they can give me a picture and just a list of whatever they want advertised in it, and I can design it for them, or they can submit a design of their own, and I'll just format it to fit the screen, and it'll just roll through, and it can play as short or as long as you want. I can start at the first of the month, and it'll play through every single day through the end of the month, or as long as they pay for it.
Thank you. Pat, did you want to, since it's your item, you want to add anything?
anything to bring more money into the town. I think, and I believe Corrupt is using it. I think I've seen some advertising on some of their marquees. Yeah.
So maybe we can get it in the newsletter too.
Yeah, that would be a great idea if we could.
All right, okay. Well, I'm gonna call for the vote. Unless anybody's got public comment, I'll open it up. Anybody wanna run an ad? No. Okay. All right, I'm gonna call for the vote.
Aye.
Right.
Aye.
Okay, thank you. All right. Number 12, possible action, discussion, and deliberation to approve, amend, or deny switching pest control companies from Arid Pest Control to Gratefully Dead Pests for One Tough Pest Control. Fiscal impact $1,800. Anybody want to make a motion? I will make a motion that we take a look at these for discussion because we have 2 bids and discuss why we're doing it.
I'll second.
Okay. We've had Arid Pest Control, we've had more pests than control. And they come and go, we don't even see them. And we've had spiders and snakes and tarantulas. Okay, so go ahead, Ben.
Rebecca Lucas, LUCAS. I have a feeling I should just stand here for the rest of the meeting. But no, I agree. I brought this up because half the time when Arid Pest Control comes, it's kind of in between hours between when we're switching over. So they don't get to spray inside the office, and they really just kind of touch on all the doorways. They don't really do the outside. They just do like a quick squirt by all the doorways and by the bathrooms. And in the past like 6 months over the summer, there was, I still say Mike brought it in from his shoes, but there was a scorpion in the office. There was I don't know what kind of large brown spider in the women's restroom. I don't do spiders, so I saw it and quickly ran out. There was a tarantula on the stage, which happened to be found in the middle of first graders playing PE, and they were playing soccer in the gym. So that was fun, trying to keep a bunch of first graders away from a tarantula. And we also had a bat in here, and yeah, I could list so many more things. The bat's gone. I caught it and released it. It's gone. But it's just becoming, and every time I mention something, when I happen to see her, it's just kind of like well, we'll see what we can do, and it just gets worse.
Okay, thank you. I'm going to open this up to public comment. Anybody? Come on up, Jimmy.
Jimmy Thomas, THOMAS. I came in to make a recommendation for One Tough Pest Control because I don't think anybody else has ever heard of him. He's been my pest control guy for the last 6 years. We started at $25 a month, and it's still $25 a month. When he sprays around my entire house. The swamp, maybe 2 feet wide. My shop, my wife's shop, 2 or 3 chicken coops that I've got. He hits anthills. If he sees them, he'll hit the anthills. He is always on time. I'm the first Wednesday of every month between 9:30 and 10:30, and he's always there. The only time he wasn't there was when we had a rainstorm on a Wednesday. But he's always there. He's dependable. He's, I think, he's more than reasonably priced. He's a good guy. I know Gratefully Dead, or I think Gratefully Dead, already does the dairy and the cannabis place. Maybe they've got enough that we ought to give a new guy a chance. And he's been trying to get in here for about 6 years. If you got a problem, you tell him what your problem is, he'll go out of his way to make sure the problem's solved. Okay? That's it. My recommendation only.
Thank you, Jimmy. Excuse me. Jimmy, does he use, I'm looking for anything that could damage ammo panels?
Yes.
Ever?
might make them sick and give them diarrhea, but it won't kill them.
Okay. And I still don't see Grateful Dead.
So I spoke to Gratefully Dead, and we talked, and she gave me a quote over the phone, which was still a little bit less. It wasn't much less, but it was a little bit cheaper than One Tuck. But I asked her twice to email me a bid, and I never got one. But
And I asked as well.
yeah, and but she was willing to give me one. And like I said, it was a little bit less than this. I don't remember the price off the top of my head, but she did not submit an official bid. But both pest control companies, we requested to have the community center done. And in the fire department, area pest control was just doing the office space. It wouldn't do the bays. So we asked to do the office space and the bays because that's where most of the pests come from. And we also asked to do the park bathrooms and snack shack over at the park, so that all those things would be taken care of because we get lots of bugs over there as well.
And any additional buildings will be done as a courtesy as needed. I like that.
Yes, so if we ask him to do anything extra, like if the arena building needs to be done or the shop or anything else, if we request it, he is more than happy to add it on.
Now, did Air Pest Control ever address our issues that we're having?
Officially, no, but I tell her every time I find an increase in crickets or cockroaches or whatever, and I'm just like, hey, this is happening, she just kind of goes, yeah, well, that's kind of the hazard of living in the desert. And I just noticed significantly when we had another gentleman doing our spraying with Air Pest Control, it was better. But since he retired and we've now got a new lady from Erin, it's just significantly gone downhill, so I think it's time to make a change.
So one question on the fire department. So this is going to be the bays, and we picked up the ambulance hall. So is that going to be included?
I wasn't aware of the ambulance hall, but if we add it on there, I think he'll add it on, but I'm not sure what the cost would be. But he says that he likes to stay reasonable and he's willing to work with us. So.
We'll open it up for public comment. Anybody? I mean, other than me?
Can I say one other thing?
Yes.
In the 6 years that he's been doing my house, I've noticed a lot of bugs on the outside, but I've never seen one on the inside.
Thank you. Okay, board members, any comments? Mike?
I'm willing to give him a try. I mean, he's made a professional presentation. He does have liability insurance. Seems to be a business's property documented, and I'm willing to give him a try.
Brenda? Okay, I'm going to call for the plea.
Someone's comment.
Oh, I see.
I wanted to
Oh,
comment.
sure.
Sherry Ottinger. Oh, yeah.
Spell your last name.
Sharon Ottinger, Oettinger. We've been using Kathy, Gratefully Dead Bugs. We have 2 houses, and we don't allow her in our house. So she actually does our barn. She does my jacuzzi, because I don't want bugs in the jacuzzi. She does next door, in the garage that it's attached to. She's never missed a day in 6 years. And we don't have bugs in our house, and she doesn't even spray in the house. But I want you to know, when I say, hey, out by my horse corral, there's ants, she addresses it. She'll go back out to her car and go cover the ants. And she's really good.
Thank you, Sharon.
Also, one more thing.
I think you lost your...
I don't need to say it. I'm good.
That's my experience with Kathy, but I have a problem. I requested a bid. You requested it twice, and we don't have a bid. So, without further ado, I'm going to call for the vote. Oh, well, I'm going to ask for a proper... So I'm going to make a a motion that we approve One Tough Pest Control, their contract. Can I get a second?
Do you want to put a maximum amount on it now to include the annual salt?
I think, yeah, I don't think we'd be more than,
I'd say we limit it to another $50, which would be
right,
200 a month. Or,
$18.50 total cost per year. Or no, that would
no,
be.
because it would go to 200 a month, and that would be 2,400 a year.
Okay, yeah, I'm fine with that. Okay, so I will amend my motion. I make a motion that we approve One Tough Pest Control's contract with the addendum of adding another $200
No, adding $50 50 per month.
per month. Oh, for $2,000 a month.
Yeah, no, for $200 a month to include the annual.
Oh, the total, okay.
Yeah.
For $2,400 a year.
There you go.
Okay.
You got that?
Everybody
Rebecca?
got it? Yes. Ashley, did you get that? 200 a month, 2,400. We should get a cash discount or something. No, I'm just kidding. Okay. I'm going to ask for a second.
I'll second.
Can I call for the vote?
All right.
Aye. Aye.
Aye.
All right, thank you. All right. You do know how math goes, but. All right, number 13 for discussion and deliberation only, to review quote for removal of existing gym floor and installation of new flooring system, impact $104,905.24. So let's discuss. Brenda, this is yours, and we've got your bid.
And we were looking at replacing the floor in here because of how bad the floor is.
The Gophers got in here too.
Actually, the floor raises up anywhere from 4 to 6 inches in certain areas. And almost every seam is fluted. It's just an old floor. And for us to replace it using their stuff, so they come in, they clean it out, they level it, they put a rubberized coating on it, and they coat that. So, but it's $104,905.24. The reason it's for discussion only, we really don't have that much money. So we're going to be looking, we'll be looking at maybe a couple different revenue streams for this. Because we might be able to go to the school board and ask for money because they use the gym and see if they can bring it to the county commissioner. So we're going to be looking at different things. We wanted to bring this up so you're aware of it, that this isn't going to be a cost. We would be replacing the bleachers, but before we do anything, we have to paint. So that's basically it. If you have any questions or you want to look at the flooring, if you give me your email address, I can email it to you.
Or if you want to volunteer to paint,
Yeah,
because everybody's yellow.
I know.
Christmas is coming.
Rebecca Lucas, LUCAS. I do want to add, people hate this color so much that they've said if you pretty much just buy a bunch of pizzas and the paint will do it for you.
I've
The
heard that.
whole town
That's why I'm throwing it out there.
paint it for you.
We can paint. Well, some of us can't paint really well.
Brenda, you said not up there, but we've got that cherry picker back there, and people will go in it. Whether you people or not, people will go in it.
Way up there.
It goes all the way to the middle.
I can't watch it.
Okay.
So this is for input only. If you guys could give us your input about what you think, the type of flooring. We want something that's going to last at least 20, 25 years.
So we're going to ask the school district.
It's a thought.
Mm-hmm.
I think we can.
Okay.
How many bids have we got on that?
Just the one. Just the one so far. She's tried. And did you ever get the sample?
I have samples, but I have samples, but these samples That's right, so this is information only. It's a starting point. This was the one person who got back to me with a bid. Once we do this, we will have to advertise it and everything else, get the bids to come in that way, not just by me soliciting them.
Yeah, we're gonna have to secure funding first, and then we'll go out and get some bids for it. We can also, because this wood thing really isn't, glued down or anything, we could put a roll off out in front, it was like $500-600, and just buy a couple of pizzas and stuff, and just basically we could tear this floor off, on a Saturday, pretty easy, maybe even get the bottom part off of it, and save $25,000-30,000 if we could just get the facility cleaned up and for them to apply for. So, first, if it looks like something we want to go forward with, we will look for the funding. We are now approved with the SAM process, which is, we now have a federal ID number, which is a very good thing, where we will be able to go on grants on our own, and we will control the funding. The money will come to us. And so we're making progress in that, which is, I can't go much deeper into that, but that is a big thing for us. So, if we will, start with the funding and go from there.
Thank you, Brenda. This is no easy job. Are there grants available for things like this? I think this floor went in on a grant. So. Yeah, this will be capital projects as well. So since we missed our capital projects, we'll do that. I think we said January, February. So it's in time for budget. And okay. So thank you, Brenda. I appreciate it. General public comment, up to a 3-minute time limit per person. Action will not be taken on matters considered during this period unless specifically included on an agenda as an action item. I'm going to open it up for public comment. Is there any public comment? Okay. Jimmy moved. Are you coming? Oh, okay.
Jimmy Thomas, PHOMAX. I just want to say something really not nice. You guys on board, I think the whole town appreciates what you've been doing. And I don't know if it was brought out, Carolyn, when you went to Washington and did all that work on the lithium mines and the solar and all that stuff. I think you did all that on your own, didn't you? You didn't ask for any funding for travel or hotels or anything else. I think that's extraordinary. I don't know too many people that would do that. And I have to commend you for that. I think that's outstanding. I think this entire board has done more for this town in the short time that you've been up here than any board we've ever had, including the one I was on. But that's what I got to say. In the fire department, I think it's horrendous that they said Stifle and Jennifer and what's her name, Jessica, were doing terrific jobs. I think they're doing better than that. Okay.
Thank you, Jimmy. Thank you. Anybody else for public comment? Okay, I'm going to close public comment. Board member comments. Mike?
Yeah, we've got a lot of business issues going on with the town. On Wednesday, I made a presentation to the Sierra Club at Ash Meadows about the effects that the solar projects were having on our area, and just went over the basic gist of the whole deal is everything you see advertised out there coming down from the government and so forth just talks about the number of homes that are going to get power from this thing, that they never talk about the impact to the rural areas. And so, I've made a bunch of those lately. But the Sierra Club has been around a long time. Have a lot of people that have been in there operation for 50, 60 years. So hopefully they have a little bit better understanding of what's going on. We do have a new business getting close to coming to town. I can't divulge that. They have put a tentative offer in on a piece of property. We are meeting with Nye County Planning this week to put all that together. They would provide, once they're operational, 40 to 60 employees, base starting rate of $20 an hour. And so that would be a good benefit for us. And I did send a notice out. We're on the link now with Ashanti Gold. And I sent out that email middle of the week. They had a number of jobs that were available in Dayton. They are starting with some admin work and so forth. So there will be upwards, once they hit their stride, 800 to 900 jobs up there. So there is a lot going on out here right now.
Brenda?
I just wanted to clarify something for people. As far as the water rights that we put in the newsletter for invested water rights, you had to put in update your stuff. Vested water rights are people who have water rights granted to them before 1939. So everybody else doesn't have to worry about it.
Thank you. Pat?
I just have one small thing. Scott Lewis, please get the information into the newsletter or when you're going to be performing. Thank you.
Okay, I think you meant Scott Harris. You got Scott Lewis on the brain.
Scott Harris. It's an age.
Spending too much time with Scott Lewis. No, you can never spend too much time, yeah. Okay. The only thing was that I've got to say, Paul Burton, for anybody who doesn't know, he is in the hospital at Desert View tonight. So say a prayer for him, or let him know you're thinking about him. Going back to the Shawnee Gold, I'm a member of a local group up in Beatty that encompasses Amargosa, because we've had a meeting with Shawnee Gold, and they want to bring some of those 800 or 900 miners down to our area, build houses, and house them down here. And with that, they would put in some infrastructure, stores and things like that, because the miners, they just don't have the time to go that far. So we're working to bring people in. The recycling, it's moving slowly, but it's moving. Then on the good note, the mineral withdrawal is up at the Federal Register and is to be logged in. And so we're winning. It's going to go. Once it goes, segregation will start. There'll be a 2-year pause, and then they're going to try to go right into the NEPA process, into legislation, so it'll be permanent, hopefully. So we'll be safe. And that's all I've got. So I'm going to go to 16 for possible action. Set a date and time for December 19th, 2024, is the week before our normal meeting at 6:30. Really make a motion?
I'll make a motion.
Okay. I'll second it. And we'll vote. How about December 19th, folks? Call for the vote.
All right.
Aye. Aye. Okay. And this meeting, thank you everybody for sticking up with us.